Okay, we should be good to go. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, so we will do a roll call of the member districts as we proceed to agenda item number 2. Garza County. Garza County is here, okay. High Plains.
Present.
Llano Estacado.
Present.
Mesa.
Present. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Permian Basin.
Present.
Sandy Land.
Here.
South Plains. Blaine, are you here?
Nope. He's gone.
Okay, we'll wait for him to return. Blaine, we're doing roll call. Are you here?
Yes, Lane here, South Plains.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all members are present. Agenda item number 3 is public comment. Is there any public comment?
No one is registered to provide public comment.
Okay, agenda item number 4, minutes of the January 25th, 2021 meeting have been distributed, and there is an actionable item.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Second.
Okay, a motion from Amber and a second by Lane to approve those minutes. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Those minutes are approved and will be posted to the website. Agenda item number 5, Texas Water Development Board updates. Robert, thanks for joining us.
Hello. Well, I guess fortunately today I have no updates for GMA 2 since the last meeting. So with that, I'll answer any questions and let y'all get on with the meeting.
Any questions for Robert relating to any Texas Water Development Board programs or other items? Okay, thank you. So we will move on to agenda item 6. with two items noted here. A review of the draft explanatory report, and then followed by discussion and possible action relating on proposed desired future conditions. So Bill, thanks for being here with us, and I think this will be your segment of the agenda.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. After our last meeting, we talked about using scenario 19 from the tech memo. And so I also updated the draft explanatory report that included the results from, or the statement from scenario 19 as GMA wide average drawdowns for the Ogallala High Plains combination, and then the drawdown for the Dockham. I also, in updating the explanatory report, I took care of the Howard County request that had been made some time back to bring out some of the recharge issues from the model that was in the previous tech memo, and then bring that all the way up into the explanatory report to help Permian Basin in their efforts to advise the Texas Water Development Board that the model needs some refinement in that area. I did receive a comment from Amy Bush. She had found a couple typos, so I made those corrections, and I'm carrying that now as draft 2A. So when we do the final explanatory report, those comments have already been incorporated, but I'm not going to redistribute that one. So at this point, unless there's any other comments, we're going to use this as I'll just update this version of the explanatory report once all the public comment period has passed over the summer. And you're certainly free to continue to review it and provide other comments as we go along. Like I said, this report itself is not final, and we don't turn it in until probably sometime much later this year. So it's just a good resource document for your public comment period, and we'll just keep working through it.
Any other questions, I guess, or suggestions as we have hopefully reviewed the draft number 2 of the explanatory report for Bill? Okay, hearing none, the next actionable item is discuss and take possible action on proposed desired future conditions. Bill, any introductory remarks here?
The introductory remarks are basically, if I can share my screen.
You should be able.
Yeah, I'm doing it. It's a little balky.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. As we have, can you see the text here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically what we're talking about, if we follow the convention we used last time, we're going to be using GMA2 wide average drawdowns, one for the Ogallala Edwards Trinity High Plains, that would be 28 feet from 2013 to 2080. And then for the Dockham to be a GMA2 wide average drawdown of 31 feet between 2013 and 2080. And these are all documented as scenario 19 and GMA2 technical memo 2001. And the key thing here relative to communicating this to the board is that we used the full extent of the model unit, the modeled layers to make these calculations. There was, as you recall, there was some confusion about that last time, so we're clear on that now. So these are the drawdown results from scenario 19. And so that would be presumably the proposed DFC.
Okay, any questions for Bill or any discussion relating to the wording here, and any other remarks before we entertain action to propose DFCs? Okay, is there a motion to adopt proposed DFCs based on the content that has been presented?
I guess I'll make a motion. I think everyone's mute button is stuck.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion from Amber, a second from Lori to adopt the proposed DFCs as presented here. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Plains, aye.
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 And a note from Garza voting aye also. Any opposed?
Jason, I think Ronnie's trying to unmute. Give 1 second.
I voted aye.
Thank you, sir. Okay, motion passes. Proposed DFCs as noted here, proposed for adoption. Any other closing remarks, Bill, relating to items in the next 90 days or so?
Yeah, what happens now is that, Jason, you're the coordinator, so you need to send a notice or a letter or an email to all the districts explaining to them that these DFCs have been proposed. And that once you send that letter, that kicks off the 90-day public comment period. And during the 90-day public comment period, each district has to hold a public hearing and receive comments. And then once that period is closed, each district then sends a summary report of all the relevant comments back to you, Jason, as the GMA2 coordinator. And then GMA2 then will gather, discuss those comments and decide whether anything needs to be changed in light of those comments. And then once we have all that, I update the explanatory report with responses to the comments and package the whole thing up and send it to the board. The statutory deadline for this is for adopting the DFC, the final DFC, is January 5th of 2022. So given that we're now in March, we've basically got the fall to, you've got the summer basically to have the public comment period, and then we can gather again in the fall and do the final adoption and still have time to meet that deadline.
Thank you, Bill. Does anyone have any questions? We will follow up from today's meeting. Carmen will share, I guess, a summary of that probably in an email to each one of you. But any questions for Bill, I guess at this time with any of that content?
Bill, this is Lane Marlowe. Can you hear me?
I can.
If nobody signs up for comment, do we still have to have that public hearing?
Yes. Well, basically what the common practice is to have the public hearing as part of one of your regular meeting board agendas.
Okay,
And if no one signs up and no one speaks, then really all you have to do is send an email to Jason saying, we had our hearing on such and such a date and there were no comments. Because in the explanatory report, what I do is I put a table in there that lists each district and when they had their hearings and how many comments they received, and then we respond to the comments. So the fact that you have a hearing and no one shows up, that's information that needs to be communicated back to Jason saying which date it was, so I can fill out that table.
very good. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Any other questions on this moving forward? I'll give you a little bit longer if there are any. Okay, very good. Agenda item 7, items for future agendas. It sounds like 90 days from, and that's a minimum. But anyway, a minimum of 90 days for March 25th. Today is, on into late June. And so suggestions or discussion on maybe next steps, next meeting dates, anything else?
So we would be looking like in July or later for the next meeting. Is that correct? I don't have any suggestions for when that should be. Does everyone plan on having their hearing like in June or May, or has anyone thought about that?
We'll probably do June. I think my guys plant and get done with that, and they should be on the tail end of things. So we'll probably shoot for June. That'll be our target date or target month.
Makes sense.
The hearing can happen anytime within those 90 days. Is that correct?
That's right.
I'm saying June board meeting for us as well.
Is there any request from the members as far as how you'd like to proceed, as far as maybe doing some type of scheduling today for a potential meeting, or have Carmen facilitate that somehow with some follow-up email? Do y'all have any suggestions in that regard?
The one comment I'll add to that is when you have the meeting, the final adoption of the DFC has to be done by resolution and it's signed. So it would be most advantageous to have that meeting be a live meeting so everyone can sign the resolution on the spot rather than trying to circulate it around and getting it signed. So I know we all are anxious to get our crystal balls out when things are going to get back to our normal. But, frankly, sometime in the late summer, early fall, is probably a good target, because we are certainly hopeful that we'll be back to live meetings by then. But that would be a consideration, because it would produce the amount of headaches trying to get a resolution signed by circulating it in the mail over a many week period.
So I say let's Carmen just kind of circle back with us later on a date, whether that be August, September. In person.
Guys, and if y'all are up for it again, by then, maybe we can meet here in Lamesa. I'll put our place on the block, so.
You owe us lunch, so.
I do owe you more than one for sure. I can take care of that.
Jason, would we be having that at the same time that we had a regular monthly board meeting, which, for instance, that'd be the second week in July or the second week in June?
I imagine that that would be the direction from the chairman, so as to not have to, make multiple trips and have multiple meetings. If it could be incorporated, I imagine so.
Well, I'd think that second week in July would be a good time. That would probably get a little closer to public meetings. And then that would still, in my opinion, leave us some room to have the next GMA 2 meeting.
Well, we'll have Carmen send out some survey dates, I guess, to the group, unless there's any other suggestions.
Hey, the second week in July is a TGWA conference. But I know I was planning on going to. I don't know about everybody else, but I was just going to throw that out there and let you know.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so that will be it's to be determined, and Carmen will help facilitate that with some type of polling mechanism, I guess. Anything else on agenda item number 7? Okay, agenda item 8 is adjourned.
Can I interrupt? I'm not sure that this fits into item 7, but I think it would warrant an introduction of Dallin as the new manager at Permian. I'm not sure I've never seen his face. So hi, welcome to GMA 2, and we're so glad you're here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, welcome.
Be sure to holler at any of us if you need something or anything. We're pretty good at shooting text across the board if something comes up. So for sure, anything you have, just reach out to us, please.
Yes, ma'am. And if there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Perfect. And on that, I will make a motion to adjourn then, Jason.
Jason, I second.
Okay, motion from Amber and a second from Jacob to adjourn. Before I call for the vote and officially adjourn, yeah. Thank you, Amber, for the intro and so forth. With Dallin, are we pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Okay. It's really really an embarrassment to mispronounce someone's name, so thank you. But yeah, good to see you all, and thank you. So all those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Okay, thank you all. We will be in touch with follow-up email and content as needed. And Thank you, Bill, Robert, for helping out and attending today's meeting, and we will now be adjourned.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, y'all.